What is up, guys? Andrew back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different type of video. It's going to be a Drake tier list of all his albums and mixtapes, and let's get right into this thing. So to start off, I don't think we need an F tier because I don't think any of Drake's albums are that terrible. I mean, he definitely has some albums where they're very mid or even worse than that, but I don't think he has any complete and utter failures like other artists out there. I think he's pretty consistent with at least delivering a middle of the road album. All right, so let's start with I believe this one's So Far Gone. I'm gonna put it in the C tier, I think. So I had never listened to this before up until about a week ago, and it held up pretty well for being a very old mixtape. I have Drake's discography right here. I just wanted to see if I need it. Yeah, 2009 albums from 2009, and I think it still holds up pretty well today. So C tier definitely is a good spot for it. I mean, he tried a lot of things on this one. Like, he even did kind of a alternative song, which is pretty weird for Drake when you think about him nowadays. But it's cool to see him try different things. Whether it worked or didn't, that's another thing. But I think C tier is a good place for his first studio mixtape / album. All right, next we have Thank Me Later. And as much as I used to like a lot of these songs on here, I feel like Thank Me Later has some of the most dated sounding music out of Drake's entire discography. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to put him at D tier on this one because it just does not hold up to the standards we're going to be using for the rest of his albums. The only song that I found really enjoyable is, what's that one? Find Your Love. And it's produced by Kanye, so a lot of Kanye's work doesn't sound dated, and maybe that's why. But whoever Drake was working with around this time, I wasn't a big fan of. And there's a lot of features, like Lil Wayne. I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. I'm not a big fan of his voice. And there's a lot of Lil Wayne on this album, as well as the So Far Gone mixtape. And it felt like a Lil Wayne overload. I'm not a fan of that. All right, on to the next one. Take Care. Now, we know where that's going. This is not even really arguably, but this is Drake's best album. Some people say it's because he got like 6 or 7 of the Weeknd songs to be on his album, and that's probably true, and that's probably why it is so good, but I don't know. It delivers. It doesn't sound dated. I don't think any of the songs sound dated at all. The only song I dislike off this entire album is The Motto. I've always hated that song since it came out, but it's a very good listen, and I really enjoyed going back listening to it. Next is, I believe it's Nothing. Nothing Was the Same? Yeah, Nothing Was the Same. I had never really listened to this album very much. I probably had listened to it all the way through before, but it had to have been like at least 5 or 6 years. And I just listened to it literally today, and it still holds up very well. I'm going to put it in A tier, high A tier for now. It may change at the end of the list, but I'm going to keep it in high A. Check out the track list for this thing. I think Nothing Was the Same. Let's see. Yeah, Hold On, We're Going Home. Like, come on. It doesn't get much better than that. I got Pound Cake. That's a great song. All Me. I know it's a deluxe edition track, but it's a great song. The Jhené Aiko one, pretty good song. Tuscan Leather. It's one of Drake's best intros, in my opinion. All right, on to his next album. I believe it was, if you're reading this, It's Too Late. Now, this one, my opinion on this album is going to be against what a lot of people say. A lot of people say this is one of Drake's best albums, and while he delivers some of his best rapping out of his whole career on it, it's not very enjoyable to me, at least in comparison to Nothing Was the Same. So I'm going to be putting, if you're reading this, It's Too Late at B tier. It's really a bloated track list. It's really long. A lot of Drake's albums are like 20 songs, 20 plus songs, and this one is another one of those. In my opinion, many of the songs, they're just not that good compared to Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. I think this was a step down, but I think he wanted to also step away from that. People were calling him like a girl rapper, like, because he only like rapped about emotions, and he was more of a singer than a rapper. So this was him kind of stepping away from that. But for my enjoyment, I'm going to put that at a B, honestly. All right. Now this one, I definitely think will surprise a lot of people. Usually I see this one in the B to low A tier, but I'm putting What a Time to Be Alive in S tier, because it doesn't get much better than that for me. Drake and Future, I think it's 10 or 11 songs on the album. It's just complete bangers, and it's really cohesive. The songs flow into each other very well. I mean, there's no real message to the album. It's just having a good time. But I think it holds up to today's standards for sure, and I think it belongs up there for one of his best albums ever. Next one. Now, Views. Now, this is one of those ones for me that I think I would rate it higher than a lot of people. It just even down to the album cover, the cloudy sky, it just has some vibes to it, like some simp vibes, I think. And a lot of the songs on there, while a lot of them are more upbeat, they kind of have a more sad vibe to them. So I don't know. I like Views, honestly. And a lot of people, like I said about If You're Reading This Is Too Late, now this one's a bloated track list, and a lot of people think that. And the rest of these are, besides Darkland demo tapes, all of these are 20 plus songs. And I don't know if that's just Drake trying to give us as much music as possible, or him trying to boost his streaming sales, but these are long albums. So anyways, for Views, I'm going to put it in B tier. There's a lot of songs I really like off of it, but I don't think it holds up as much as Nothing Was the Same. But I'm going to put it above If You're Reading This Is Too Late, because I definitely enjoy Views more than that album. All right, next is More Life. And this one, I know people always rate it down like C to even D tier, but I really like the concept. I'm putting it in A, under Nothing Was the Same. I like his more island sound that he went for on this one, and even his British sound that he definitely jacked some British style. Like, he had Skepta on the album. It's definitely some British influence. I think when this came out, he was specifically, the tour was only in Europe. So I don't know. Drake's doing his own thing on this one. He brings in, I would say, an average amount of features, but I think they all do what they're supposed to. They have Young Thug. I remember Quavo, Travis Scott. They even have Gigs on 2 songs. He has some legendary verses on there, in my opinion. He even has some slow songs. I believe Teenage Fever's on that one. That's just Drake and his simp vibes. That's where he shines, when he's simping. All right, next, Scorpion. Now, I've never really been the biggest Scorpion fan. I believe that album, let me check how many songs it is. I think that one was definitely 20 plus songs. Let's see, 12, 13, 25 song album. I know it's 2 discs, but let's just think of it as the same album, because that's really what it is. The first half is more of his rapping, banger songs, and the second half is supposed to be more of R&B inspired and singing. Although there's rapping songs on that side too. I don't really think it worked out the way they portrayed it. But anyways, I was not the biggest Scorpion fan. While I do like some songs like Nice for What, God's Plan, Elevate, I think Blue Tint, I think that's one. Summer Games, I think that's another one. Yeah, there's a lot of songs on here that I do enjoy, but as an album, it just doesn't work. I think it's more of a compilation more than a studio album, at least how he portrayed it. So I'm going to put that as a C, above So Far Gone, but definitely in the C tier. It doesn't deserve to be on the same level as these albums. And then, unfortunately, our two last Drake albums. I really didn't enjoy Dark Lane demo tapes, aside from 3 songs. I believe it was Desires with Future, and then when Drake kind of did the drill-styled sounds with War and Demons. Those are the only tracks I like in this entire thing. I think it was a big miss on the Playboi Carti song. It was just too annoying for me to enjoy, honestly. So I'm going to have to put this Dark Lane demo tapes in C tier under So Far Gone. I do think So Far Gone is a better album than that. And then, last but not least, we got Certified Lover Boy. And this one, I think I'm going to have to put it as his worst album. It just, there's no real standout songs from it. There's obviously Way Too Sexy, but that's honestly more of a Future song than anything. It doesn't even sound, it sounds more of a Drake feature on his lead single. And the only song that I really think it can stand out and away from the others is the one with Travis Scott, Fair Trade. But other than that, I felt it was really lackluster, and Drake could have done way better than Certified Lover Boy, especially with at the time the Kanye versus Drake beef, and Kanye delivers Donda, which is arguably one of his best albums in the past decade, and Drake gives us his worst album in the past decade. And I don't know. I know Drake could do way better than Certified Lover Boy, and I look forward to whatever he's gonna put out next. But yeah, this is my final rankings. I don't think I'm gonna keep Nothing Was the Same in A tier. But yeah, if you completely disagree with me, let me know. If you do agree with me, let me know. If you want to say something, type it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.